Guys, ammunition for this video has been provided by Browne Works Inc., manufacturer of fine custom handgun grips. If you guys are looking for very unique, very customized handgun grips for your favorite handgun, contact Mark at Browne Works Inc., link in the description below, and create something beautiful for your favorite handgun. And don't forget to tell them Wyoming Gun Project sent you.
What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to take a look at a Colt 1911 competition series chambered in 45 ACP. And this one has a special edition Blue Titanium Cerakote finish. So this is a two-tone gun. I'm going to show you an example of another competition series one I have chambered in the Super 38. So this is a stainless steel frame, just like their standard competition series, but they, as you can see, they Cerakoted this one in titanium blue, which is fantastic. I think this thing looks great. And guys, if you know my history with Colt, I think this is the 11th. I think this is number 11, maybe 12, maybe 11. I think this is number 11 Colt 1911s that I own. And you know, I have and I'll add this one. I have a playlist down below of just Colt 1911s that I own and I reviewed. And all but 2 of the current 10 had issues. So 8 out of the 10 had small little cosmetic issues. Some were hot messes. You know, the other 2, the Colt Combat Commander and the Colt Defender, were what I would consider perfect, totally acceptable, great guns. I want to add this one to that batch. So there are now 3 out of the 11 that are fantastic. This thing is fantastic. If this is a representation of what CZ and the Colt partnership is doing, good on them. If this is what continues to come out of their factory, then I think they are doing, they're on the right track. They're doing a good job, because right now, that 8 out of 11, that's not a good average to have with guns, you know, Colt 1911s that are just kind of have issues. If you're interested, check the playlist down below. They're all down there, and you can see all their flaws and cracks and features and, you know, scrapes, scratches. Most of them are cosmetic QC issues, I will say that. But this one so far is flipping awesome. Now, they are still using some of their manufacturing parts and processes that I'm not the biggest fan of, but it is what it is. Let's just take a quick look at it. As you can see, again, it is a stainless steel 2-cone gun with the Blue Titanium Cerakote lower. It has the red fiber optic front sight, a Novak adjustable competition rear, and as you can see, you would loosen that screw there, push it left or right for windage, up and down for elevation. It's just adjusted with a standard flat head screw. Okay. This is my favorite roll mark. I gotta say, out of their current guns, this is probably my favorite roll mark. The government model automatic series 70 Colt in the middle and the pony at the back. I think that's very cool. And as you can see right here, it says competition series. Black trigger. Gray and black grenade pattern G10 or micarta grips with the cutout for your thumb to be able to help you reach the mag release, which is a standard mag release. It's not extended or anything like that. Does still come with 1 Colt branded 8-round 45 magazine. That's one of the things. Colt, could you please include 2 magazines? Does still have the plastic mainspring housing, although a lot of the bigger manufacturers, I have Kimbers and Springfields that are also come with the plastic, not plastic, I think they're Delrin, and they hold up. But one of the benefits is, I will give them this, one of the benefits is it is a little bit lighter. All right. But I don't know, the plastic, the Delrin mainspring housing thing kind of just feels a little bit cheap to me. but it works. It works, okay? Extended beaver tail grip safety with the memory bump. That is cast. You can see the casting lines right there. That's pretty standard for their guns. Extended thumb safety, also cast. As you can see, casting lines in right there. It is single side, so it is not an ambi safety. I believe the slide stop is also cast. Now, guys, casting and MIM parts, it's my understanding that if it's done correctly, it can be pretty strong. I don't think it's still as strong as parts machined from bar stock or solid pieces of metal, but you know, it can be. I guess it is acceptable. Everything on the back here blends very nice. I have some Colts where the ejector sticks way out the back and all of this is not blended. That fits very nice. You know, there's no dings, big dings, nicks, scratches, gouges. I have one. I have it here. I'll show it to you. It has its competition series in the Super 38. Excuse me. It has a void in the casting there, so that's kind of a bummer. Standard bushing, standard recoil spring plug. It is not extended guide rod. However, this one does have the two springs that Colt's been doing lately instead of the one solid recoil spring. That's usually not an issue. Guys, fit finish on this thing is, when I got it out the box, it feels very tight. There's no up and down play on the barrel. I mean, it is really smooth and really tight. I just want to show you an example real quick. Now, this isn't, you know, some people say you have to have a really loose frame to slide fit on a 1911 for it to work. It's been my experience. My Les Bears are so tight, you have to pop on the end of the barrel sometime to get them to unlock, and they have never malfunctioned. They are tight. They feel like one solid brick of metal, and they're just as reliable and super accurate. So I don't know about that, but here is the Colt Competition Model in 38 Super. So as you can see, they're practically identical, except this one is in 45 auto and it has the Cerakoted frame. This one's just standard stainless steel and different grips, of course. But as you can see right there, there is a void. Let me zoom in and show you that. There is a void in the casting on this gun. So sometimes that can be done improperly. And I want to show you something real quick. Listen to this. Listen to this gun. You hear that? See the movement in the back there? Now, has that affected reliability or accuracy? No, this is a very accurate gun. And it's been my experience, it's very reliable. Probably only has a couple hundred rounds through it, but it's very reliable. But listen to this gun. This is why I was shocked by this. Listen to this. You can't hear anything. There might be just, I mean, I could feel just a cut hair of play in that gun. There's nothing compared to this. I mean, listen to that. So, I mean, there's that. Hopefully this thing will be reliable and accurate. I suspect it will be. But this one, I give this one a thumbs up already, man. You know, it'll be a total win as long as it is reliable and accurate. But other than that, I was kind of worried. My advice to everybody is, if you can find it in a local, if you can find a Colt 1911 in a local gun shop, put your hands on it. They allow you to take it apart, and it is up to your standards. I would say buy it. I would caution against buying at this current time, but if this one's an example of it, I might take that advice back. I would not recommend buying Colt 1911s online because you don't know what you're going to get, or be prepared to send it back to the manufacturer. The thing is, I don't follow my own advice. So, because I bought this one online, I saw it, they were blowing it out for a deal. I mean, they dropped, I don't know, 100, 150 bucks off of it. And I said, okay, that's, you know, I'd had it in my cart, in my wish list. And I said, okay, let me go ahead and just order it. Now, let me go over some of the things I check on 1911s. We already did one. Check the movement on the barrel hood. up and down. There is no play. That's excellent. I checked the thumb safety. Do you hear the positive on-off clicks? That's fantastic. I love it. The grip safety, does the thumb safety work? We're gonna leave it on. Yes, it does. Okay. Now the grip safety, we're gonna check it. Does it work? See what the engagement is. The engagement's probably about 70 or 80. I would like it to disengage a little bit sooner, but this bump helps with that. So does it work? Yes. Yes, it does work. All right. Trigger play. How much play up and down and side to side is there in the trigger? There's just a little bit up and down, not bad. A little bit more side to side than I would like, but it still works. And some of the guns you'll see that have national match triggers that are wider, or some of the custom guns, they get those fit really tight. So that is a complete straight back pull instead of it kind of floating as you pull it. Again, flared magwell in there. So that's very cool. All in all, I think this gun looks fantastic. It does have the lower, flared, and relieved ejection port. This is to help prevent denting the brass. The lowering of it is to help with the reliability of ejecting the cases. And the relief in the front is to help with unloading live cartridges that still have the projectile inside. Sometimes it can't clear that and get stuck up on there. So they just give a little tiny relief cut out of the front there to help with that. Slide serrations are only in the rear, as you can see, and they are kind of angled in the same angle as the grip, and they are wider than, let's say, a standard 1911. All in all, man, this thing looks great. I am really impressed. So let's get a weight and a trigger pull, and then let's get this sucker out to the range and see how it shoots. So what do we got for weight here? 36.99 ounces, and with the factory supplied 8-round magazine, 39.29 ounces. Awesome. Awesome. Now, let's see what we can get for a trigger pull. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Let's see what we got now. 392. 332. And that'd help if I did that right. 494. That last one might have been me, but let's see what. So there's the take up, just a cut hair take up, and then it break. Guys, honestly, I'd have to say it's not the lightest trigger, but it is very crisp. So the resistance a little bit, and then it breaks like glad. This is a very nice trigger on this gun. Overall, I'm very pleased with the way this gun looks so far. Yeah, man, so let's just get this bad boy out to the range and see how it shoots. All right, live fire portion of this review. We have our Colt Competition Series 1911 chambered in 45 ACP with the Blue Titanium Cerakote lower. We have some 45 ACP ammunition provided by Mark at Browne Works. True grip artisan. If you want some, or stocks, we should call them, because it's a grip. If you want some custom stocks for your revolver, handgun, 1911, auto pistols, check them out, man. Link is in the description below. Make some beautiful, beautiful grips to customize your favorite firearm. We have some C-Zone steel. Got some steel about 22 yards here. We're going to turn on our headphones and we're going to load up. These are the first shots, okay, out of this gun. Has never been fired. All right, so we're going to see if it works together. So far, so good. So
let's just see, man. Heck, I don't even know where it's hitting. Looks like it's right on, man. Accuracy portion of this review. We got a 3-inch shoot and see. We have our Colt Competition Series, Blue Titanium Cerakote, 1911. We have 5 rounds, a 230 grain hard ball, because they all fall to hard ball. I'm gonna go back 7 yards and we're just gonna see how the sucker shoots. Now, I don't know exactly where it's shooting, but we'll try to group it, see how well it groups. Okay. Yeah, I'm completely happy with that. Shot it a bit fast. I bet if I slowed down, I could probably get that even tighter, but that's pretty darn good. From 7 yards defensive, average defensive pistol engagement, I'm with that all day long. So let's go and get the final thoughts. All right, folks, final thoughts on the Colt Competition Series 1911 in the Blue Titanium Cerakote color. I think it's awesome, man. If this is an example of what's to come with the CZ Colt partnership, I'm on board. This is great. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I have a love-hate relationship with Colt. This one marks number 11 of just 1911s from Colt in my collection, okay? And out of that 11, 8 of them showed up with varying degrees of build quality issues, QC issues, nicks, scratches, gouges, faulty parts. Matter of fact, I made a playlist of just strictly Colt 1911s that I have reviewed from my collection. It's on my channel. You could probably find it if you're interested. But this one is fantastic, okay? This one is great. It's reliable. It's accurate. It looks awesome. I couldn't find any QC build quality issues. Nothing. It's tight. The trigger is fantastic. One thing I did forget to mention, though, at the tabletop, and if you go back, you can see it. They did, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, I hope so, but they did a very nice, healthy bevel on the bottom of the slide here, all the way on both sides, all the way down. If you look closely on the Competition Series Super 38 that I compared this to on the tabletop, you can see that that has little to no bevel at all. And I went, after I filmed the tabletop, I went and checked some of my other Colts, and few of them have just little to no bevel. This one's got a nice healthy bevel. The, you know, polishing, whatever you want to call it, a light polish, not high polish. The polishing looks great. The milling looks great. This one's a win for me, guys. You know, so let me know what you think. Is this just, do you trust Colt yet? Or is this just maybe a one-off that squeaked out of the factory looking really good? Or do you think this might be a sign of things to come from the CZ Colt partnership? So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.